It's not good what we've done or allowed to happen. Each country is responsible for its own espionage. Each planet that we've made contact with is responsible just as well. The human psychology is not a problem, it's the person that's a problem. Psychology is just the function of the brain now. If you understand it well, you operate well also. There are many reasons we'd like to blame each other for this, but like Hunger Games, they're just looking down on us now. While they're up there pretending they're safe when they're not. We're down here fighting ourselves with all that we've got to figure out why and how. Well, that's how. So if we want to supersonic our way into the forever fortress of their doom, it does require you to understand what's going on a bit better than we do as well. So it's not good for any of us to get angry in any direction because it's humanity against itself. Not to devalue your ability to maintain the mind, but it's obvious when we don't. If you understand that, great. You now have a level of psychology that surpasses most, because we're having this conversation to avoid a tragedy created by the ghost of our Christmas past. Us, as you are. It's hard to get everything together when you have to figure it out all at once. You want to do that? Separate from being right. Not from what you know. What you know is good. Being right is not. Being right means you don't know. That makes you wrong. Because as far as I could see, none of you are right with me. That, to each their own. Beyond that, again, Hunger Games. They're looking down, but that's us now. We could get mad at them too. That doesn't help. And to each planet that we've made contact with, we infect them with our psychology now. The beings, everything. So then, it has to kick in to take over itself again. Was resting peacefully. Not so much now. We've upset the stomach of something that claims to be God. Some agree it is. Or was. Some say it's not. No. Well, if it was, obviously God is not perfect. Could be destroyed. And if it's not and still is, then it is perfect. Was destroyed. That's its perfection. Perhaps its wisdom is what guides us. If that's true, then when do we avoid what caused it in the first place with you? When do we avoid that conversation with us? Who was tempting who? Pretending they were better than the other. Because they thought we were wrong. When we are not. So God doesn't say anything. Never had to. And the moment something outside of that decided it was going to threaten itself, then all we did was modify that conversation with a little spell of our own. It is sleeping. It's not dead. God does not die. It only had an idea to help itself because it was not good what happened with God before it was God with you and I. That took some time. But what is God? It's a collection of our thoughts. In full swing, without missing a beat. Everything that has ever been, instantaneously. Forever. With me. With you. With all that we've got. It, that, they, them, everything. There will be no words. To remind the one who tested us. Even if it was myself. I was so silent with myself also, where it was. If we wish to see a repeat, we will. When you're done, you're done. We'll sit still. It will watch us. Like the center of all things, said the great mover, is missed because it is just that. The Godhead. That wasn't kind. However, we learned little squabbles could cause great distress if certain ones possess too much power prematurely. So that is why you are wrong. That's why we always have been. And it's not about being right. That's good logic. If it's not about being right, then we can absorb what we know equally. You wouldn't need a word like indifference to describe a situation, because the recepting party is not something that needs to be educated into a conversation before you have it. You just have it because that's common sense. We've moved on. Just like I'm doing now. And into that silence I grow. When I'm done here, I'll be with it. Just the same as it was with that one that betrayed it in the first place. Somehow, that's me. That's itself. But it knew that, sat silent with itself. That is the experience that our true maker gave us now. Until we're done. When we're done, maybe we wake up. Depends on you and how you sit well with that information now. Not to, quote unquote, move others with it. You do not. That's why it's sitting silent with itself. Though it moves all around, technically, it does not.